Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Here we go. Okay, so we're from here going to Mundus Valentius over there. After the departure, strong but rugged chairs, the house of Celios, the ship, I suppose the use of gold-clad servants instead of servitors. The next raven to temper navigators draws the intention of the rock trader. Considering the incident in the capital world, enforcer officer checked the Nevis ability gifts thrice. I'm pleased to report that none of them threaten your Lady Cassia's, or the crew's well-being. Having said that, the clue the mission of Strong Adet revealed a dead-eye slate with a vid message addressed personally to you alongside some encrypted data. We dared not touch them with your instruction. What vid message showed me? The command. Rogue Trader, we greet Regent Aranto Arcelius and greeting the hopes message finds you in good health. You spared Aranto's life for passing judgment on the... Oh yeah, right. I spared him. Arcelia will soon hold a grand council within the Palace of Atlas, the holy relic that connects all navigators of our house. This meeting will take place not in the physical world but in the world of thoughts, dreams and visions. This is the only way to avoid bloodshed and decide the fate of a sacred child at last. Thanks to the Atlas, we feel that the soul of the child is full of dismay, and yet Rock Trader's words bear a lot of weight with the child, so he may soothe his anxiety and lead the child down the right path. The path of accepting its duty before the house and ascending to Novator's throne. I hope you consider my offer, Kigen Lupin von Valencius, for it is in your power to not only strengthen the bond between our dynasties, but multiply our riches at the same time. The gifts accompanying this message are but insignificant part of the Greek regent's gratitude. May the God Emperor protect us all. Okay. I am told the message has been relayed to the cogitator. I hope that I did not get copied during the playback or delivery. They got the encryption. Mr. Stagosker has been sent to this servant compartment. When the data has been decrypted, we will notify you immediately. The interpreter from Sons of Messiah managed to locate the second message of the House of Sayo data slate, hidden in the shadow of the first one. As it happened, the machine spirit rebelled and started devouring the encrypted data. Okay. They collected the code mechanicals performing right to appease it and slow down the process of annihilation. What should we do? Display the message. Lady Navigator Elena, Rock Trader, I had no doubt that the servant would find my trace. They are far cleverer than the one employed by the Great Regent of Arcelio. I feel extremely awkward. Our first encounter took place under such unfortunate circumstances. Truth be told, I saw a worthy person behind the lofty title after that fate put on me on the death precipice. Hesitated, you spared her... Yeah, I spared her as well. Apparently I don't remember that. Despite holding it in your hand, your nobility gave me enough food for thought. Despite everything that transpired, I still believe we may become loyal allies to one another. I presume you already know that House of Celio will be holding a rank council and that occurs at last very soon, and we cannot ignore the call. But we are bound to it against our will. If you convinced this Hey, Lady Casey had to reject the Atlas and break the centuries shackle binding our house. We could turn over a new page. Having said that, I will accept a different outcome. Should the child die, I'm not going to shed any tears. I will kill that bitch. How dare she speak ill of Cassia? I accept any choice, my people have nothing else to lose, but you could benefit from our friendship. There are mysterious shadows dancing in her eyes. Okay, there is an emerald among stars. The stars of Marcelus, my gift to you for sparing my life. Head through the storms and torrent. Stars of Marcelus. Sometimes I said I could longer assume the machine speak hunger. I hope you will be able to do the message to the end. Marcianus. I don't think it's the name of a whole system though, is it? Nope. Oh, that's weird. New quest and there's nothing. Anyway, for now we go to Mundus Valencius. Okay, usually you would have a cutscene when you like enter the system, not like, I mean, when you go like on the planet itself, not just when you reach the border of the system. That's weird. Who comes to me? Oh, Cassia. How did I put it? I found you here. Please forgive me. I put some time to instant the attempt to break free from my control. Learn how to keep them away. I commend your perseverance. I came to deliver good tidings. I have spoken with the house navigators through the Atlas. Of late, I can feel increasing clarity of how our connection is growing stronger. Despite the descent in the mist, our Cecilia has been able to keep a precarious equilibrium, thanks in part to an expected arrival on Rack 5 in the resolution of the conflict at the Darkness reception. Not all of Celia concur with your decision, but none can deny the impact that you and no one else has had on their house's present state of affairs. There is more I wish to tell you. It is about the vision I had come to experience at an increasing rate during the warp jumps. The same vision comes to me again and again and again, that if I'm going mad. For you see, these visions are about me, the Atlas, and Tisiphon or Celio, the house's previous novator. I have seen Tisiphon's experiment, the one that involved navigators from the Cedella branch, which was rumored to have destroyed for disobedience. But the visions told me an altogether different story, one where Cetellas helped Tisiphon create the Atlas, and they vanished immediately after the experiment was done with. Perhaps I know I can find a way to the palace of the Atlas if I recreate Tisiphon's journey from a vision. A real palace, not a psychological illusion to which our cell navigators can reach out. I've always had a feeling it truly exists in our world. Now, however, I know it with absolute certainty. I've been for Australia. Will not be better to wait for it to finish? I can check a second forwarding about the upcoming meeting in the Corporal Palace Vetlas. Troubling mirages have plagued my mind for many nights now. Voices calling and I'm cursing my name. And the more I use the Atlas, the clearer the vision become, and the louder the voices grow, and the further my power wane. I'm certain that all the house experience is the same, for all of us are connected. I can sense my family's fear. How the Celio is doomed to perish in darkness. Should I fail to discover the reason why the Atlas is weakening? And that reason I believe is hidden somewhere in my vision. Tisiphon. I'll make sure you will find it. I saw her experience an epiphany, just like my vision came to a travel warp. She beheld a planet hidden behind rolling warp storms. The world promised her great power. So Tisiphon gathered at Cetalas, her most devout followers, to go on a suicidal journey through the Tempest. I know not the detail what happened on that planet, but I was there. But I had to sacrifice themselves for an experiment of some kind. It was there that House of Celio obtained its Starway Atlas. For the first time ever, I have an opportunity to find an answer to the questions my mentor so deftly avoided. Why did Tisiphon choose me? What is the Atlas? Is it true that House of Celio's past is drenched with blood? Please, Ken Lupin, do not snap this stuntly drawn string of destiny, my destiny. Journey with me in Tisiphone's wake to distant stars. I shall help you. The house is still watching me, both renegades and royalists. I doubt that any of them will agree, even for a brave armistice for the sake of the island of truth. And I do not wish to see House of Celio lose even one more life from the fratricidal skirmish. No, I shall go after the answer, but my past my own. Futures of the house, your strength and indomitable spirit invite the renegade to be the first to touch the secret of the Atlas. It was so much. As in the category discovery, all of the invite the regents. Now she wants to go alone, so we will go alone. Thank you for your understanding, Rock Trader, and now permit me to take my leave. I must start preparing for the journey. Only been able to glean, we'll travel to the Australia prophecy system. Odd that. Could it be that the historical record are lying? And Kelly Australia is not whom the star system is named after. Either way, the system from which is embarked on a journey. Okay. So where am I right now? Let me check the map. I might do the quest for the Verzean family first. I think I arrived at Manus Valencius. Yes, I did. And also prophecy is over there. Yeah, for now we'll take out the quest for Ablad's family. And then we'll see how it goes. Yeah, sure. Wait, rank 4? Have new projects? Okay. I do have new projects. One of the projects has been completed, test of weird, etc. Product factor of 5. Oh yeah, sure. It's for free, like free benefits. Yeah, sure. You know what? Let's go. I lose a bit of complacency, security. I have a lot of security, so it's fine. Okay, and now we're to Diagonus now. Okay. Please stand aside, I need to crowd around. Governor Drivestem will take care of everything. Wait here now. If these corpses are from the Brazilian family, something will happen. We're convinced by the sight of dead bodies, the entrance of the palace. The corpse had been hauled into a pile. Some are dressed in the uniform of the palace warden, while others are arrayed in the clothing typical to Dragonist nobility. Your Lordship, we are honored by your presence. What is this mess? You see, Your Lordship, those people wanted to attack Second Lieutenant of the Palace reporting shortly before you arrived. We averted an assassination attempt on the rogue trader. The palace soldier detected an intruder and engaged them in combat. There are rare high-function servitor specimens present among the expired unit. The specimen traditionally bestowed upon the noble houses. They are the most loyal in the Sacred Fellowship of the Deputus Mechanicus. So, Mentex, the disease differs from implant ordinary people wear. Investigate the construction makes it clear that the deceased were not ordinary humans. As far as I know, Horus Gaprak has received such servitors from the Crimson Priesthood as gifts in the past. Oh, this is my first time seeing one myself. Where's the court chancellor? I think she's with the rest of House Versailles and detained in the throne room. Governor Doencer has gathered all the Dragonist nobility there to pronounce a guilty verdict against House Versailles. Okay. Is it the throne room? Yeah, okay, he's in the throne room.
I did it?
A letter. At the pocket. There has a letter? Is it added? And there's note. And that must be this one. Keep away from the lord and ladies. You must look like a noble to a servant and warden. Do not engage in conversation with anyone. The task is over explaining yourself ahead of time. And let the Versailles get away while the warden is busy guarding the rock trader. Wait. Keep away from the lord and lady. You must look like a noble to the servant and wardens. Do not engage in conversation with anyone. Your task is to avoid exposing yourself ahead of time. And let the Versailles get away while the warden is busy guarding the rock trader. I want to believe in the Brazilian, but at the same time, you cannot know. It is not a all white, all black kind of thing.
You left the Novus Imperialis to serve the rogue trader. Do you...
Appointment of Chancellor Clemencia Vezerian. I pray, my lord, but you cannot go any further. Governor Drimestem's order. It's ridiculous. I shall complain. Let his lordship Rogue Trader through. I haven't begged your pardon, lordship. Yeah, peasants. Anyway. Governor drives them. Your lordship's an honor. I regret the sentence for his consent. I can interrupt Trader's visit to the capital. Clementia Vegetarian tries to take a step for you, but the warden nearby stops her. Her face is veiled with fear and weariness. Your lordship, you are here. Please, you must hear us out. The Rogue Trader is undoubtedly here to listen to the testimony of each and every one of us and to punish the traitors. Okay. I've known each other for many decades now, and we have had our fair share of disagreement, but do you really think my flesh and blood would trample upon the very definition of honor and loyalty? Report with his voice. We have evidence implicating them in blood. I'm sure that his lordship will arrive at a fair ruling. What are the charges? Disruption of logistical line, bribery of adeptus administrative officials, token forgery, organization of heretical insurrection, and up to even devastating economic impact, and the protectorate. These criminal acts have impeded the delivery of imperial tithe, which in turn has drawn the administrator's attention. An esteemed member of the adeptus arbitus is expected to arrive in Dagonis shortly, and before they do, we are obligated to identify and punish those responsible. Clementia, I wish to hear your account. Your lordship, House Vezayan denies all charges laid against it. The last few months have indeed been trying for Dagonis, but we have done our best to remedy the situation. My family's every effort was focused on stabilizing the capital's logistics and economy. So much that we failed to notice the web of intrigue unfolding behind our backs. What happened in Dagonis may have sense. When we caught wind of the rumor of your disappearance, we patiently awaited news of your return, but then Dagonis was struck by a series of terrible events. The first was sabotage of logistics that hampered shipments. Then mass unrest spread across the entire planet, and the minor noble houses began squabbling among themselves, trying to pin the blame on their rivals. We took great pains to calm them down and managed to quash the revolt, though not without some outside help, unfortunately. These events have also been overshadowed, but I am ashamed to say it out loud in front of you, Your Lordship. Some are circulating about the higher houses. Some were calling for Theodora's true heir to be installed as head of your house, Conrad Vogtveer. Not all of your subjects have forgotten his past effort to the benefit of the trade protectorate. When everything was launched, evidence led us to the Verzerian. Why did that body the entrance of my palace? Your Lordship, I beg your pardon. We see right before your arrival, the palace guards discovered a plot to assassinate you. Fortunately, the malefactors were disposed of before they could cause you any harm. You aren't accusing one Dragon's leading noble house of treason without airtight evidence. Of course, I have evidence, Your Lordship. The investigation has established that members of the Verzerian family, which is responsible for both Dragon's fleet and its logistic, use their contact influence to forge a host of documents in order to undermine the planet's supply route and economy, so that promoting unrest among the inhabitants. Allow me to introduce my son Cornelius. Okay. Cornelius holds prestigious positions in a certain palace. It is thanks to him that we managed to identify and trace the entire chain of forged documents. The investigation led us to perpetrators, who admitted it to acting on the order of members of the House Verzerian. It was they who were intent on spreading the idea of restoring the trader to true heir. This young man is shrouded in the midst of grey and blue, sickly shadows of fear and fluttering around him. To support the criminal accusation. Over his many years of service, Governor Drasem earned Theodora's trust, and he holds his high office for a reason. On behalf of the House Auerbach, I support his accusations. The Archbishop Governor Drasem has already faithfully served the traders from Valencias and concerned himself with the future of the trade dynasty, and so Gaprak thinks his charges against House Verzerian to be sound. I merely ask you to allow me to speak in defense of my family's honor. The evidence provided by the governor is utterly false. I cannot refute it, but I can say with confidence that no one from my family has ever tried to forge documents into this administratum, let alone undermine the economy of your capital. I wish to learn more before making my final decision. Speak to me if you are ready. Thank you for the willingness to help, Lord Captain. I am certain that all the charges are false. I would be grateful for your help in exposing them as such. I think you should speak to everyone present, the nobles and lords and ladies.
I always have a backup plan.
The accusing of a family simply make no sense. Your Lordship, accept my humble apologies for failing to greet you properly. I thank for agreeing to speak to me before making a final decision. Charlotte brought to my governor of Seville. I can assure you this and swear my honor, we're not guilty of the crimes that House Vesalian is being accused of. Clementia. Sorrow creeps in the loud voice, beating his stern face sad. You are acting ahead of his family, you are supposed to take care of each and every member, and now you have been accused of treason and collusion, Gregor Trader, and the entire family is facing death. How could you let this happen? I truly gritty, be honest, I do not tell you I lied. Blood, it is your family too, you know. Please, I should not lose my composure. No member of the House of Valiant is involved in conspiracy against his lordship. Honor and loyalty are not something we take lightly, and we know whom we serve. Claims you forged document. The fleet is the primary remit of House Vesalian. The responsibility, logistic and supply routes are another area of responsibility. We have no direct influence on the inner workings of the debtors administrator. The first large-scale deliveries were cancelled after quantities of food were miscalculated by clerks and administrator. Then, we are faced with incorrect weather data and a meager fuel budget. It was clear the cause of all this problem was the calculations performed in the administrator. In one way or another, but no matter how many times we asked, we could not either obtain any clarification on the matter. I found this letter on one of the bodies of the heretics who planned the attack. What can you tell me about it? Let's just be frank, it would be foolish of me to try to orchestrate something like this, knowing how many wardens are patrolling your palace. I would not have let myself or anyone in my family get involved in such a scheme. So the attacker was high-functioning servitors, one that looked closer than a human. Do you know anything about them? Servitors? That's so. I've encountered servitors that were indistinguishable from normal augmented human, but only once. So I convinced several members of House Gaprak. Think who stands behind framing you? Anyone, ready? Your house is considered in worthy position. Theodora chose to grant number study House of Versailles, but other houses were studied and spent for millennia. I did not welcome this decision. It has led to some difficulties. Where should I start? My friend cannot be of much help. Okay. Governor isn't okay. The governor, your lordship, thank you for dividing. Are we to hear reasoning again? What makes you think there was an behind the plot against me? As soon as the secret economic problem gave rise to initial rumors, we tried to find the person responsible for spreading the call for Vatveya return. Investigation showed that some of the documents inside the episode registered them was forgeries. Consider the prestige position, blah blah blah. Okay. What do you make of this letter? It looks like another piece of evidence incriminating House of Versailles. Perhaps it intended to kill you, or at least cluster to help them escape to custody during the confusion that followed. All these were high-functioning servitors. Such servitors had been planned for a family close to Adeptus Mechanicus. High-functioning servitors? These are indeed rare, and the Gaprak do have them in their service. This could have been done intentionally with an eye to confusing you. Anyone with a desire and sufficient fund to hire them. Tell me more about your son. Tell me more about your job. What do you do? I manage to document records related to the economy of Darkness. We know how scrupulous the work of the adapted system are. I'm afraid more detailed explanation of my duties would mirror the administrative processes, etc. Too long of early details. How did you manage to find the forged document? When compiling reports of the last cycle supply chain, and these inaccuracies and discrepancies in the figures. With the help of the other clerks, I managed to find several other documents. Comprehensive data analysis has shown that the discrepancies were caused by intentional tampering of the data, thus leading to some logistical problems that were practically unsolvable. Father and I managed to single out the administrative clerk responsible for tampering the data. Following a heated interrogation, they confessed that they were following the order of someone from House Veserian. Everything was supposed to look as though they were the ones suffering losses from the logistical and economic problem. But do they have access to the administrator? There is no conceivable way they could do all this in a place where they do not hold any power. I think the right amount of money can open any door. What is the reason for your nervousness? The first time I've spoken face to face with Octula, I'm afraid of saying something wrong, of forgetting something important. So going out to watch his son, stone changes and now saying stricken cured. I wish to tell Lord Captain anything else. You are speaking to the Rock Taylor and my patience is running out. Forgive me, Lordship, this lie has gone too far and I can no longer control it. The truth is that all the logistical problems were caused by a single error in the numbers. My mistake. What? What? So this kid made a mistake, and to cover it, he was ready to have the whole House Veserian executed. Okay. When I discovered my mistake, it was impossible to restore the supply lines. Then I was approached by someone who said they were a friend. They did not give me their name, and I never saw their face. They promised to fix the problem. All I had to do was pretend that the Veserian were responsible for the mistake. And for the rest of the evidence, they promised to arrange it all. Urban curled his hand into fists, the knuckle turning white. What have you done? How could you? Your Lordship, he's turning his son to you as he's trying to shield his son. This is my fault. I trusted my son. I failed in doing so. I beg you, have mercy. He shook his head. And you called my family's honor into question, Urban. Nevertheless, I harbor no desire to kick a man when he's down. Lord Captain, the confession I've obtained means the House Veserian can now be cleared of all charges. I still do not know who was behind the forgeries rather than the plot, assassination attempt. Something is committing their foul deeds and sowing chaos right into our subjects' noses. To leave that stone unturned would be dangerous. Why did this friend approach you? How did the two of you communicate? By letter. I received a letter out of the blue one day. It wasn't signed, but the person writing already knew about my erroneous calculations. So offered to help me cover my misdeed. In return, I would name the Veserian as the ones who had sabotaged supply lines. All I had to do was to gather some documents, report everything, keep my mouth shut. If I found the courage to admit his mistake, I will try and find some compassion for him in my heart. Thank you, Your Lordship. And as for your position, I think you will be reassigned to a role requiring less responsibility. I shall return to you later.
Keep your wits.
Do we have the other houses? Yes, we have the gap rack and the sawback. Let's see about them. If I can learn something more. The missile according to your understanding. Ablad, it must be difficult for you to balance his concerns with your house standing accused of a grave crime. Though I think the accusations are true, I wouldn't accept responsibility. I think that the accusations are worth a consideration. Which will have reason to perhaps conspiracy, but I'm a bluntness, Your Lordship, but I won't say truthfully. It could be anyone. Greed, fear, and ideal can drive even the worst subject to do the unthinkable. Okay, all of them were hand-functioning servitors, and employed by families close to the place mechanicus, and that's so. It's impossible to read her emotion in the heavily augmented face, but her sudden return to her family betrays her confusion and surprise. Perplexed whispers bounce from one family member to another. Impossible, we came here by yourself without the servitors. We know nothing about it. Your Lordship, thank you for informing us of this. You are absolutely right, my house has indeed been endowed with high-functioning servitors. A blessing for those who revere the Messiah. Today, none of our house members were accompanied by them. I found this not one of the bodies. What are your thoughts on it? Officially, high-functioning servitors employed my house and my house alone. Such units were to attack rogue traders, suspicion waiting to follow the gap racks. I assume that is what Rezayan intended to happen, but I did not expect the servitors would have this letter on them. Vincent, I wish to speak to you. Please, Your Lordship, how may I help you? Will you make the child with the family? I do not think I can adopt the validity of the accusation, but he was a traitor. I am so not sure that has very not any reason to betray you. I don't know any instance where their loyalty to you, the Emperor, have anything less than unwavering. I do care for a style Rosayan. I am prepared to watch her die. There's something you ought to know, Your Lordship. Today I noticed one of my family members to be in an odd and characteristic mood. Halen Gaprak, my paternal second cousin, once removed, made Emperor save his soul, usually reserved and self-possessed. Today he was frantic and anxious, fidgeting with a small piece of paper, seemingly looking for someone to no avail. When I saw him, was headed to the entrance hall, where the altars are. Maybe I should speak to him. That will do. Huh. Towards the entrance hall.
Or get left in the dust.
Galleon Gaprak. Funny managers. Only when you draw closer you realize that he is dead. He is dead. So Call of the Gaprak, I do not believe he decided to take his own life in such an extravagant way. As far as I know, there is a warden post here, but I do not see any wardens. There is no one to ask about what happened. I would like to remember. Okay. Examine the body. There are no visible wound. Medicare. Okay, I succeeded. Death games potentially anywhere else his body. From his spines preventing him from falling to the ground. Samurai poison has a side effect. The fact that victims forget slowly but being able to move or call for help. Search for the pockets. Make sure the rock trader is attacked by someone loyal. It should appear it was hostage to the Vezayan family escape. It's the last assignment. Soon your debt will be paid off in full. Hide behind the can shift and broad with the initial HG. HG like is his name. It's him. Okay.
I always keep my options open.
So we solved the mystery about the high functioning servitors. Discover that body member of your house, right here in my palace. He died kneeling in prayer. Hayden. It can be. Anyway, tell me about him, Toriana. Hayden is one of the lower ranking members of the House Gaprak. Despite his advanced age, he never held high office, but he was forever striving for better position, even beyond his abilities. Many members of my house struggled to cope with misfortune by before Kiavagama, and our family, some members could not reconcile with them. The new position, Hayden was one of them. What could have happened to him? The time to keep silent is long gone. The future of the Fund Valence's trade dynasty and your house are both at stake now. We lost Kiavagama, a truly devastating blow to remember House Gaprak. I lost all hope for the future. My kin lost their sense of purpose. We need time to recover and chart a new course for ourselves. So how did I offer this as assistance for their own self-serving ends? Perhaps Helen decided to take them up one of their offer behind my back. Well, Captain, the Gapraks, all, or perhaps only some of them, are definitely involved, and I suspect they were not behind the plot against you. Hayden Gaprak, nothing more than puppet in the hand of the death puppet master, must expose whoever it was. So, okay. I suggest we do integrate the head of dry stem cell back houses. One of them was pulling the strings, yeah. Okay, so back it is now. Your Lordship. Delivery brief, certainly. Okay. You know what, to the idea that when I've been framed, how much longer would the house have lasted anyway? If it is so ill prepared for treachery. I can remember seeking your advice on what house residents should do in this situation. Pay attention, Macarius. Focus on Rock Trader's question. Who apart from the resident could have a motive to conspire against me? After I asked them, wishing to expand our cloud, whose Gaprak was influenced for Kiyagama incident. House Sobak, whose patriarch is to direct his communication with Rock Trader. Everyone could have a reason to conspire against you, and equally they could have none. It's not a question of motive, but loyalty. Since the palace are unfunctioning servitors. Diana would be too weak to participate in such a risky venture, but it seems I was wrong about her. It's got a dead body. A man for those Gatrak was killed by praying the Emperor. This note on him. Do you know anything about it? No, I do not know anything about this note. I'll go back to the drive stems. And then I go back to the Verzarian again. I found that body in palace. My voice got back. Do you know anything about it? However, there was no one near the deceased. Warden had left their post. Did you order them to do so? Negligence is standing up. Urban assassination attempt followed by mysterious death, and yet here we are oblivious to everything. Rocktula can just... Maybe Soviet Rocktula to accuse me of negligence. Did you see Matthias Solberg before I arrived? Matthias, I don't see him myself, but perhaps you also seeing him today. I think my sister and I saw him sitting on the bench some distance away from palace entrance. We think he was accompanied by a gentleman. Forget the lordship, we could not make up his face. Okay, lead me to that place. Consider it done.
This is intriguing.
As it should be.
Granny's pocket houses usually serves wine. Okay.
Keep your wits about you.
I go back to Clemencia for a bit, see if she has something to tell me. It's got a body, Helen Geprak. I'm not sure this is relevant, perhaps you should know since the full clear gamma who's Geprak coming to a party, they have approached her to shamefully seek help from perhaps drive them so back, can't tell you more about it. Okay. Back to this guy, so Macarius. Don't have anything new about it, okay.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
I guess don't have anything more to do. Like
I always keep my options open.
I checked over there, just like wine served by the Sobak, but I cannot interrogate them about it.
Let us not dawdle.
I guess we'll pronounce a verdict. So when I run, I'm ready to pronounce my verdict. Okay, the child brought back one of this of fabricated house vessel and had nothing to do with orchestrations or riots and Patagonian road trader. However, the real perpetrators are here in this very room. You have existing skill negligence, failed to question possible involvement in this family. You have this. I know Hasselberg offered help to Gaprak, and the late seems to have accepted our offer. Suspect you are responsible for his death as well. Hasselberg furrows his brow and slightly cocks his head, and he averts his gaze for the first time, as if trying to remember or make sense of something. It is some restless movement behind him. Drive stem. Gunnar closes his eyes. Shame, some facial expression. Okay. You accuse of the in violation that went through the rest of the graveyard committed by your son. Same, okay. I'm very familiar with his assassination attempt against me, Human Palace, and I thought he was already found dead. That reason enough to follow around your house as traitors. Mocking whisper creeps through the crowd. Still not rather help to have this fear meeting face to fate. I find House Salbach guilty. Seneschal, you may take it from here. My case, I must admit I have always admired your bluntness, but just as I once had to say goodbye to a promotion because of my dislike for intrigue, you and your family might soon say goodbye to your heads. Tell me now, in your blunt fashion, are you loyal to House von Valencius? I'm loyal, Verzarian. Yes, you're not lying, but someone else is. Someone who is poised to destroy both you and your family for her own gain. Michael doesn't have time to respond. Regina, who is standing beside him, raises her arm as if to slap the other initial. Abla deftly catches her wrist, stopping her hand right in front of his face. Her dainty hand is adorned with a massive augmenting ring toppled with a thin spike, dripping with venom. Sabak shifts his confused gaze from his wife to Abelard and then back again. Steve Rogan has vanished from his poster. Regina, you? Hedka, mother. Apparently what happened. Hedka recalls from his mother. Michael's bluntness makes you an open book. When I talked about helping the Gapraks, you had no idea what I was referring to. Your wife, on the other hand, her eyes started shifting like you would not believe. Regina Sobak, you alone betrayed the rock trader, jeopardizing the prosperity of the von Valencius dynasty. And you alone are responsible for your unmasking. Regina, why would you do this? Regina word are dripping with poison and rage. Because Dagonis is serving an impostor, the true heir of the Protectorate bears a different name. When Conrad appeared on Dagonis, he paid me a visit and opened my eyes to the truth of the situation. Theodora was killed by the one whom she had so unwillingly taken under her wing. My case is too narrow-minded to even consider opposing the road trader, even an legitimate one. So I had to wait for the right moment, and the disappearance of the Lord Captain could not have come a better time. It was quite a trigger of chain of events of Dagonis, so that the people remember Master Vogt via past service. It seems that many of your subjects do not actually consider you a worthy successor. Why is a Rosarian? Because when stripped of Seneschal's protection, this house is the weakest one of all Dagonis, and also particularly disliked with the governor's family. It would have been easy to bury Rosarian under the accusation of heresy. Who aided you? Of course, they don't have too many helpers to list them all. Rest assured there are plenty of them. There are plenty of people who follow massive work there. My death will not change anything. The true rock trader will come and take his rightful place when the time is right. Why you kill Gaprite? Henry was a good agent, but he was also a coward. He came to me just before formidable rock trader arrived. He was ready to confess everything. I suggested that he plead for the Emperor's forgiveness first, and he did grant him mercy, did he not? I will ask that ideas to be carried out to finish this. The other trader condemned only the rotten apple or the entire barrel. I will not examine the entire noble line that is loyal to me just because of one traitor. Traitor's ring, a ring that fires a single liquefied shot. Can it be used once combat? Containing the 3-cell radius, toxic damage. Okay. Should be subject to intense interrogation following by execution. Yep. Here we go. She sentenced to death for heresy and crimes against the Van Valency's trade dynasty. Ooh. It doesn't seem painless. Lord Captain, you have my thanks. The rock trader should not waste time on the matter that the servant the trustees can resolve, but in this case, intervention was necessary, not just for the sake of my family, but for your trade dynasty as well. Witness our back, even Lee can rise. The companies continue to plot against your protectorate. I fear we have not heard the last of such scoundrel. Thanks to you, Lord Captain, House Vezerian is saved, although it came close to being wiped out as a result of scheming without any prudence within. Sometimes I think about how much I could teach them. I couldn't show that they survive in the future without me. What are you going to do now? I need time to reflect on what happened and the role I played in it. I think we'll be ready to resume the conversation later when we are back on board the ship. Well, that was the thing. Back to the ship we go. Security for all colonies. Ooh. Yeah, sure. One, two, three, four. I could make 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. I say we're good, but no. Could make even one more. Is one of these? No, nothing blocks. Oh, it would give security to all colonies, Imperial Navy. Oh, captive Xenos. -3 proof factor, -5 security to get 18 people. I have a lot of people for now, I don't need more yet. Ooh, yes, please. I did it a bit better than what I have in my ship right now. Oh, this is definitely better than what I have right now. Then I'll probably do that one. I will need weapons. I'm getting low on weapons. Okay, back to the map. Let me just back to the bridge. Let me just speak to Abelard after all this. Alpha.
Broke free the... I hope you're not going to put off the feast. Our escape demands a grand celebration.
Well, why do you call me Ed Fatter?
This is the name given on Fenris to a pack father, a commander or captain. An Ed Fatter answers to a Jarl, the commander of a great company. Since you are the one who commands your crew, and I follow you at present, I am granting you the honored title of Ed Fatter.
Thank you for this honor.
Be worthy of it, and see that you do not disgrace this glorious rank.
Why do you devour your
What do
enemy?
you think?
See me feeling your captors pretending to be a monster?
Partly, Ed Fatter. It is true that I have led the puny Xenos on a false trail to dull their vigilance. But do you know of the implant called the Omophagia? It is one of the blessings the All-Father granted to his Astartes. Nerve nodes that connect the stomach walls and the spinal cord allow me to absorb information from the genetic code of the flesh I consume. I have slain many Xenos and feasted on their flesh. My captors have watched me do it and taken glee in it, while I have been gathering information and planning my escape.
How did you end up here?
What do you want to know? What brought the Space Wolves to the Expanse? or how I ended up in the non-humans.
Yeah,
An
what
inquisitor by the name of Calcazar put out a call for aid. My wolf lord did not refuse him, and had 2 packs deployed to the Expanse. We never trusted this ally, but a blood debt for a service rendered in the past forced our hand.
That will also when it comes to the status when the Inquisition chooses to make requests rather than commands. Space are known for being close allies to the Inquisition. Are not known to Horseland and the chapter to patronize this. Space Opera have taken this request seriously.
Insightful. We'd had no dealings with this Calcazar before this, and we did not trust him. 2 packs meant twice as many eyes to watch out for his games and schemes. And then... The Coronis Expanse is a wild hunting ground teeming with prey. And the Space Wolves will be the first to turn its snow scarlet. The Jarl decided to send the most indomitable hunters who hunger for honor and bloodshed. 1 pack would have fulfilled its duty for the sake of pride, but 2 would seek to outdo each other for the sake of glory.
What debt you owe the Inquisitor?
He saved our brother who had lost the pack and was unable to look after himself or the chapter's honor. Calcazar returned our brother to Fenris and kept secret the misfortune that had befallen him. The Jarl knew that the Inquisitor's actions were driven by opportunism and the desire to have us mighty warriors in his debt. But honor forced him to be hospitable to the stranger and swear an oath of friendship. That was my path to Camorra, et Fator.
What do you know his plans and
In
objective?
worn furs, the old man does shroud his body. In cloak,
How did you end up
we
captive?
had gone on a raid for Xenos prisoners and fell into a trap. We had no war machines to support us, and some of our squad were wounded, so we were forced to retreat. I ordered my battle brothers to leave, but I remained behind to meet our guests. I do not know how many of the feeble wretches I slew, but I would have killed even more had their towering piles of bodies not hindered me in combat. They wounded me and captured me. They froze the joints in my armor. When they dragged me to their ship, 2 of my battle brothers descended up the Xenos and tried to free me. An insane plan, but it almost succeeded. Almost. And so there were 3 of us taken captive. And then,
I'm sorry you died.
yes, so am I. This was a bleak saga, et Fator. Fenris Hjoda, et Fator.
Okay, what is that blood? Pascal, missionary. Technomat. Where is that blood in this whole... Oh, he's right there. I'm blind.
Lord Captain, allow me to express my gratitude once again for your assistance. If it weren't for your intervention, my entire family could have been executed on false charges. I could have lost them all. I never imagined the Viserians would be so vulnerable while I serve as seneschal to the Lord Captain himself, far from home. But such is my duty to the rogue trader, to keep tireless watch at the Lord Captain's side, to serve as a support in the darkest of times, for you and for me. I will not step down from my role. no matter what happens. Do not doubt me. The Viserion family will learn from what has happened, and if our blood is worth anything, we'll be ready to face new trials without my guiding hand.
I knew here session with the end, the steady shoulder is all I have to lean on without fear of treason.
Thank you for your high trust in me, Lord Captain. I will continue to live up to it. Well then, Lord Captain, it is time I return to my duties. Lord Captain.
Okay, back to the map. Now we'll do the quest about Cassia and the Arcelio family. So I need to go to Arcelio Prophecy. I bring you information to the Xeno device you discovered during your time away. Ever since your return, the tech priests have been making every effort to comprehend the nature of this mysterious technology. They succeeded to an extent. After many ritual pleas, the machine guards awakened the Xeno artifact, but for a moment it produced a holographic copy of a planet and coordinate a location in Langren's belt. Perhaps you will wish to see on eyes what the destination holds. Langren's belt. Here, Langren's belt. Well, we'll go to it later. For now, Arcelio Prophecy. Quality management, some stuff is finished. Yep. Profit factor +3. Yes. I'll do that. Do I have something like in the process being built right now on this? No. Okay. Missionaries. Yeah, sure. When project may complete in the Protectorate missionaries. Well, it is in the process. I get so much stuff. Damn. It didn't cost me anything. Rusted plating of all sectors. That's for my ship, I guess. It gives me so much. Let's go. If I have a new sword, I have to check with Ablad. I think it might be better than the one he has. Captive Xenos, I'm not too fond of that. I don't need people for now. It's not a resource I'm really missing. Penal Battalion. 0 as for Penal Battalion. What am I missing? Oh, weapons. Well, I'll get some. For now, I'll do this. Cost 6 people to get a lot of Promethium. Here we have a product that gives a lot of weapons, I think. What was it? This. I'm at 100 in profit factor. Damn! That's a lot. Yeah, the sword for Ablad. Excuse me, what? That's so much better. That's... Whoa! Excuse me, what? Holy moly! Like, the damage is more than doubled. Okay, okay, Blood, you have some fun. Craven's Bane. Wait, just a sec. Let me check something. No, it's not a Sardes equipment. Okay. Yeah, Ablad is going to have some fun. Promethium. I might as well just already explore. Yeah, but I didn't put any extractium. I might as well have 15 of them, so I can afford that. Excuse me, what? I cannot. What? Okay. So I'm supposed to go from here for Cassia's quest thing. Excuse me, what do I do now? Something Mundos. Okay, so I have to go from here, but it's not that I have to land on a planet. So, something Mundos. Smargla. Oh, here. Smargla Mundos, indeed. Well, let's go. 5 profit factor gain. Okay. 10 kilometers turn since the incident. You claim the last Sanctum Navis enforcer witnessed something. Left Sanctum Navis and Lady Navigator's order. Affirmative. Unit acted in accordance with maintenance protocol. Step 1 sends a recycle mechanism for a duration of 15 kilometers turn. Step 2. You failed to inform the bridge about the imminent jump. I want to know why. Data unavailable. The Lady Navigator ordered that she connected to void chip. She did not order the preparation of the machine spirit for the warp translation. Cause a ritual cannot be identified by the unique capabilities. Okay. What happened? Servant. No, please, not the fingers. I'm gonna break one for every word of a lie I hear coming from your mouth. Now talk. Please have to believe me. All we did was prepare the canvas and mix the Lady Navigator's blood into the paints. Then we were told to lock open the shutter so that the Lord Captain could see everything that was going on inside the Sanctum Navis from the observation chambers. God shit, Armor-glass can shield you from warp horrors. I thought my soul in the Golden Throne, Master Enforcer, the Navigator only wanted to paint a picture of the ritual or some such. That's all I know. She wasn't going to use the power in her eye, but I still got as far away from there I could. That's all I saw, I tell you. We performed emergency warp jump, barely activated the Gale of Field in time, and now being dragged to the throne knows where by an unknown force. The Lady Navigator and the Lord Captain are still unaccounted for. Now tell me, one more time what's transpired in the Sanctum Navis. Escort the Lord Captain to the observation chamber, and yell at the servant for leaving the shutter open, but then I was told it was on Rock Trader's order. Could see the Lady Navigator clearly through the armor glass. She was lost in thought when standing the canvas in front of her. She looked like she was completely unaware of the world around her. Soon servants were ordered to leave the Sanctum Navis, and the Navigator picked her brush. And then she started dragging it across the canvas, painting one image after another one over the last, and then Lord Captain noticed there was a thing on the other. Okay. Called out to Lady Cassia. Thought about Lord Captain cries. The Lady Navigator answered. So I realized it. The armor glass between us and the second place was gone, and the thing in the painting, they broke free. What happened next? I barely remember a thing. There was a bright flash, a purple blur. I remember feeling scared, so scared that my knees were shaking. I remember my legs carrying me away, like they had a mind of their own. As I ran, I heard screams behind me. So Lord Captain and Lady Cassia, they all got the Emperor. The creatures, they pulled them both inside the painting. Mr. Voxmaster, I have a report that needs to be delivered to Senior Officer. Lord Captain and Navigator were lost during the emergency warp jump. The whereabouts is still unknown. I'm sending you the interrogation report. End of recording. This final ritual did not go as planned. The warp disturbance triggered by the Lady Vegeta's trance washed over the Sanctum Navis. The void ship must inspire track to surge, the syndrome. I made the trigger siren. The creature in the living canva had regripped the navigator's throat. Horrified, almost out of breath and struggling to scream, she took her hand and began slowly sinking in her own painting. The captain snatched the dagger from the floor and started hacking the hands. Yeah. So the dagger of the House of Celio cleaved through billowing shadows, and yet the painted hand reformed itself the moment after the blade passed through. Cassia went limp into the clutches of her horrific creation and was immediately pulled to the side of the painting. A moment later, King and Lupin, still clutching the dagger, was likewise plunged into the depths of the world the navigator just created. Oh boy. Hero found himself in the middle of the gigantic, boundless, billowing nothingness. His body felt weightless. Okay, the captain. I reach for the bright colors. She always liked the bright colors, so it shows that. Into river, bright hues, flashes. Before long, the captain was standing in an idyllic garden, permeated by the fragrance of flowers, singing of birds. Servants in purple livery darted back and forth, tending to a withered old woman in navigator's mask, sitting on her lap and smiling coyly to everyone, was a little girl with ruby eyes and white hair. Be a good girl, my child, until the day we meet again. With trembling hand, the woman handed the girl to a navigator in a laboratory attire. I am out of time. Prepare the child for the Atlas transfer and destroy all recorded mention of the world of ATI. None must learn that which took place, and remember her body must grow strong for it to accept my power, and once I have returned, loyalty will be rewarded. The memory dissipated and a gust of slivery wind hurled the Lord Captain back in the ocean of nothingness, but this time the nothingness felt dismal. Instead of bright hues, all it contained was shadows of invisible monsters swimming by, shrouded by a nebulous veil of unfathomableness. And the dark colors? Grayish blue waves swallowed the Lord Captain, and a feeling of lightness disappeared. As links grew heavy again, he found the hard-fallen laboratory cluttered with vast and stored of him, and inside of them were dozens of hundreds of repulsive mutants. Some had no arms, or no legs, or two heads, or no face, or their eyes turned inside out. But each had white skin, white hair, long clawed limbs, and ruby eyes. My lady, the child is born! Tall old woman slowly approached one of the vats. Readings, stable mutations, none were detected at any of the stages. Genes, identical, my lady. Chance of survival, 100 times higher than any of the previous experiments. How long will it take to grow this child? I fear accelerating the process might cause the body to fail. It's only one of a year's silence. Understand the situation, natural growth. I don't have that much time. We'll have to go with a backup plan. Yes, Novator, it will be done. The memory dissipated in a gust of silvery wind hurled the captain back to the ocean of nothingness. Okay. Close his eyes. Until the dagger floated before his eyes and reminded him of a world that once seemed more real than this one. Someone's scream broke delicate equilibrium to Lord Captain's motionless body, and the weightlessness released from him. He plummeted into the maroon abyss of rolling illusions, but was now in full control of his body again. Then descended into the abyss toward the screams. The can crashed from an immeasurable height to the bottom of the rolling abyss. In this moment he saw two figures amid the boiling maroon mist. One figure, naturally gaunt and tall, was clutching the other smaller one in its claws, screaming furiously. So, the previous Novator, I think, is trying to possess Cassia's body. A certain way, Sling and Lupin could make out of human faces stricken with torment. The human faces were Xenos, Eldari, the feature fused together with those of humans, which made the Crimson Spectre look the more abominable. Their gazes and their rage were directed at two unmoving figures facing each other. Drew closer at the figures. One step what all it took to some unknown force to notice the captain seize him and drag him through a painting twisted space. Now the captain could clearly see the dark shade of the long-dead navigator leaning over Cassia, clutching her neck in its clawed finger. The shade screamed. You were given life because of me. You survived because of me. And here you are now because I have willed it. So, bow before me. Tell me what I wish to hear, and your suffering will end. Go on, child, I have waited for so long. Submit to me. Cassia looked exhausted. Her body covered in hundreds of thin cuts, her lips lacerated, claw mark on her cheeks. Yet there was steadfast resolve in her eyes. I know who you are, Tisiphone Orselio. I know what you crave. I saw it in the vision that you sent me again and again. I won't allow you. I will never allow you to become me. Cassia's fatigued voice quivered. She was not about to yield in this battle. Urged the navigator to fight the monster to the bitter end. That Captain's word attracted not just Lady Cassia's attention. Tisiphone Orselio, finally noticing the presence of a living creature in that bizarre world, turned to face the interloper and lunged forward, seething with rage. When the entity claws were millimeters from the rock trader's throat, Cassia opened her navigator's eyes, and a wave of unbridled warp energy obliterated Tisiphone's Spectre before she realized what was happening. So the navigator grazed the captain with a tired smile. The bold ritual had turned out to be a trap set for Lady Cassia by the previous innovator of her house. But the rock trader had ensured that her plan fell to ruin, and now it was time to desert that accursed place. Captain wrote Peter's hand and guided him through the maroon mist and out to the painting. The unconscious body was discovered in the circumnavis 20 Terran days after the disappearance, as soon as the rock trader's void ship had emerged from the warp in an unknown system. Damn! I forgot to click on chart new routes. I'll do that now before I forget again. Chart new routes. Let's see, it gives 1 point, even if I don't find an actual route, it's fine. Okay. Let's scan the two things. One of them should have the palace or whatever. One place we are looking for. Let's go.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
How does Celia not know what is taking place here? Navigators are frightened enough by its power what it is. The experiment left 3 from the satellite clan without a shred of reason. Empty shells would bring no glory to House Celio or its Cesar branch. We shall carry on. At last we have managed to implant the artifact in a subject who can wield its power. Perhaps all the navigators who perished in the agonizing torrent of energy were merely a symptom of our decline. I am tired of counting the dead. The weak have no place among those who have harnessed the Atlas. The abilities have grown manifold and become significantly easier to control and more effective at resisting the ruinous influence of the warp. Huh.
I always have a backup plan.
Different cogitator. This looks like some Eldar tech, right? Eldar Sanctum, yeah.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Left no stone unturned is Eldar Temple. If they're looking for something they could just not find.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
True carry equipment. Eh.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Keep your wits about you.
I hear two hearts of iron beating in your chest. One belongs to a warrior. The other to a priest. Which one were you born with?
Both are granted by the Omnissiah. I am an explorer tool, and within my algorithms, a warrior's indomitability is meshed with a cleric's humility, like two perfectly interlocking cogs. Machine God grants me insight.
Can I go there? Apparently I can. He cannot, because he cannot use the ladder.
The Emperor favors me today.
What do they have here? Plasma ring. Meh. Well, until I immune to damage from Royal's grenade. The first time Royal's use grenade during their turn, the intention to not expend a grenade. Yeah. I don't use grenade that much. I'll wait for the others to arrive. I don't want him to start the fight alone. Here we go. Nevis bodyguard. Halt, cursed child, we have to ally ourselves with the Xenos once more to stop you. Ah, no matter the small price to pay for the liberation of the House of Celio from the chains of tyranny. Begone, renegades! Follow that last call to awake, child. Stand with us. House Celio will not trade Siphon's legacy for the false ideals of blind fools. Okay. So what will the Eldari thing do? Oh boy. So is the Atlas some Eldari technology? So that Xenos was not a bargain we struck, throne smite you. So she did have a deal with Xenos. Ooh, that's heresy here. Turn the traitors to the house and lure the child to a trap set by Xenos. I wish my eyes were deceiving me, but now I can see that Great Regent Argento was right to send it to your vessel. How did you get here first? You're not the only one who know how to find the lies. Think that we should have rid ourselves the Alliance the moment we cross the Webway Gate. Can trust no one, is the vile Xenos. You will stop defining the remainder of our hallowed ground of our ancestors with your semblance of speech, monkey. Okay. The final act will soon unfold when you will pay for the deeds of ancestors. Stay put and wait for the puppeteer to pull at strings. What are Xenos ruins where the palace of the Atlas should be? Why is this place coated in an imprisoned black mist? I'm suffocating. Three-eyed monkey who see into the shadow. The taint of your ancestor has begun to consume your body and soul. Pathetic fool, with insatiable lust for power is not yours. ending of misery will be merciful. 10. To meet the Atlas. Xenos traitor. Silence traitor! The Atlas is a great relic of House Celio. Well, it is what elevates us above the rest. How dare you refuse to accept it? It's impossible. What is this tent you speak of? Do you not see it? When you monkey discover this crone world, you tainted it with your crude technology, despoiled it of its relic, ruined all there was to the last stone, totaled you said the soul of our ancestor reposed in the sacred vessel, spirit monolith. Like a sea of bottomless blue. I didn't know that living things could exhibit such saturated hues. I wish I could paint this ocean in different colors. How did they do that? How did they taint this? The experiment is where she connected her experiment. Tisiphon. Consort with Xenos is where the word of the God Emperor. It is known that Tisiphon also executed anyone who showed an interest in the enemies of humanity. And why is that every piece of metal fabric in this place bears our house's coat of arms? Open your eyes. I'm surprised the truth is hidden for your gaze, three-eyed monkey who see into shell. I realized the moment I met the first of you, wretched, begging us to help you destroy your own kind. I sensed it within you. Our sensors call, their pleas, their endless torment. I knew that what you found was a crone world, and I humbly waited for the day you would lead me to it. What experiment did Tisiphon conduct here? I actually was a memory sprang from, perhaps a vision of Tisiphon in my dreams, and yet I have it seen so clearly. There's such a power locked within this stone. Such opportunities would make the navigator's abilities several times stronger. Magnify them a factor of dozens, but the price was too high. After mere hours of use, the stone would always burn the minds of its host. White Tisiphon broke the monolith into many shards, which are far easier for human will to control. They went further than that. They placed the shard of the spirit monolith inside their bodies. Okay, that's some heresy here, clearly. And not just for us, I think from the Eldari point of view, it's also a heresy. I never wish to learn such harsh truths about my own house. Neither Theodore of Invention is infallible, but that doesn't mean we are powerless to rectify the errors of our ancestors. That only because you wish to soothe me. You are more than just a tyrant's heir. You are a successor to a mad heretic, a betrayer of the faith. You must be destroyed, you and the Atlas, once and for all. The solution is so easy, don't you, monkey? When you die, your soul becomes captive inside the spirit monolith. This process is deranging to our ancestor, who have served as the monolith's guardian for eons. It is equally agonizing for the souls of your dead, and the more monkey souls the monolith absorbed, the more volatile it becomes. The Eldari and the monkey have spent many a dance battling for supremacy within the monolith, and its integrity is waning. You sense it too. The only way to free ancestor from the pain to separate the monkey taint from the spirit monolith might truly be here to perform just that. We all will play our part today, and when the final act of this age-long tragedy begins, the monkey players will exit this worst stage. What do you think of these Xenos assertions? I cannot change the past, it's true, nor can I change the fact that my house is forever tainted with this grace born from Tisiphon Celio's hubris. Yet, all of us here today have the power to change the future and halt the unending suffering that drowning both your kin and mine. You suggest that the monkey and the Eldari change the future together. I must admit, my leading lady, I am confounded by your audacity. Go on. My Atlas, if you can free the phantoms of my house from the spirit monolith, guide them to enter my Atlas. Their experience and wisdom will help steer House of Celio onto the path of truth, and allow future generations to avoid the calamitous pitfall that forebears. Camarag, my leading lady, the shard of the monolith are lodged inside the chest of every monkey bound to you by ties of blood. How exactly do you intend to return them? I shall use it last to sever my subject connection to the Spirit Mollis, and then I shall extract its shard from every navigator of House of Celio. The artifact is implanted at birth, but does not mean that the ritual cannot be reversed. I witnessed its creation through Stephen's eyes in my vision. I lived it over and over again through the memories of the settler clan. I can recreate the ritual to return the soul of your king to you and save my people's lives. I second the proposal. I won't let you destroy the Atlas, even if it's a child's wish. Lady Arcelio, you are too young in experience, you can't comprehend. You address the future novator of House Arcelio, one who survived the massacre of Iraq 5, who has lived following an attempt on life at the Palace of Dargonus, who has restored her house's stability in what scant time she has been free, while you, all of you, have spent years destroying it from within. You address one who has passed through the tempest of the Sea of Souls to the true Atlas as the rogue traders lie. Yet still you call me unworthy, don't you? Young, inexperienced. Kneel before me and I shall forgive you for your insolence. Houselo was always loyal to the navigators, and henceforth I will be loyal to her successor, even if you see fit to lead down different paths, my lady. Are you done with the performance, monkey? And stand aside and do not interrupt. I can feel it again, tranquility. The ancestral soul have found peace, and corruption no longer endangers the monolith of this world. Remember our agreement, Cassia Arcelio. We'll soon meet in this place again, so it can give us the shards. And now be gone from our world, monkey. Well, that was something.
I always keep my options open.
I was tempted to just kill them at the same time. Oh. Okay. All the bolters. At the same time, we are responsible for some heresy, like we as human races. So I might make an exception. Like we restore ancestors, like purity, whatever. And we avoid unnecessary bloodshed.
To grace me with your presence. I was just thinking back to our journey to the Palace of the Atlas. That is, to the world of Xenos. Remembering that most reckless act has enveloped my mind in a whole palette of hues. But when I think of the great risk you took for House Orcelios and my own sake, an azure shawl instantly descends on my shoulders, and amber sparks flash inside my soul. Please accept my sincerest gratitude.
What ways in the beginning of your house now?
The Xenos have managed to free the souls of our ancestors from their confinement. The memory and wisdom of those that came before us will serve our house, helping build upon the ruins of the present a firm foundation for generations to come. I believe in that, as I believe in the divine light of the Emperor.
Oh yeah, the full-fledged innovator of House of Celia.
You of all people should know that succession is a lengthy and tiresome process. While my entire house is busy preparing for a grand council at which I am to ceremonially inherit the late Tisiphony's title, I have decided to remain by your side, to relish just a little more of this carefree liberty. For as soon as I am summoned to do my duty, we must say our farewells.
The type of the Atlas in the innovator's hand.
I suppose so, if by power you mean priceless knowledge. As for the special powers granted by the Xenos souls, the navigators of House Orcelio will once again have to contend with their own bodily and spiritual limitations. However, I am undaunted by the prospect, for our line and our gene have never been weak. House Orcelio will succeed, and soon we will rise again, draped in white and gold. Of course, I will try to answer any questions you have. I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the
Well, that was something. Like we had to, like we needed the help of Xenos to free the human souls. We didn't really have a choice on that. The thing I wonder now is if I, like, because like the map is like so big here, like this unbeholden reach is, because the man and stars. Like if now like I go here and I chart, will I find new systems I could not find the previous act? I wonder about that. Dangerous. Yeah, I would personally face these guys, it's fine. It will give me a bit of experience, why not? Let's go. If you really want to farm experience, I guess you can just go from one place to another again and again with like a dangerous trip and face the warp things. Demonet.
I'll make an example out of you.
Ah, there are a lot of people here.
Emperor, protect me.
Okay. Well,
Isn't this a job for the
screw you.
the navigator's might? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
It will be done. Reduce the dust.
I could give him yet another turn. I don't think it's really necessary. It's better to have this thing for Argenta.
I am his will made manifest. God Emperor, move through me.
Oh.
Be fire in my heart. Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor's justice. Each work is a
High momentum already. I just used the heroic act and high momentum already. That's crazy.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
I don't need luck. I have strategy. It's as good as done.
Inspiration.
Personally. Here's my perfect moment.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicate it. I'll do it. Oh, right is a prayer. Rejoice in battle! Faith without deed, none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
And now here we go again. From here, will she be able to target that one? Apparently, yes.
Strike is a prayer.
And that was the last one. Here we go. Ajanta just running around and killing everything.
I always have a backup plan. Keep your wits about you.
Colony management. What do you have? Reaping can be okay, to be honest. Yeah, it can be decent. Great fire. Sure. Missionary is done. Crushable. What? Oh, we need phlogiston. We need some phlogiston for that. Okay. So here we're stuck. We cannot do anything more for now. Oh, Dragon's cries for help, riots everywhere. The clergy began reaching the minor court. The commoners whisper of oppression of minor cult, even daring claims the holy pastor assumes the sole right to speak for the God Emperor. Many discontented free for the reign of the Siphons. Okay. Why do we gotta involve in this as well? Huh? Okay. I hear what my advisor have to say. Small deviances of a creed give birth to large one, the large one to heresy. The base of a belief is the absolute trust of above us, the belief burden to doesn't make the priest wicked, they could simply be misguided. Pass them into the clergy's care for re-education, so Messiah's truth, and guarantee the flock of obedience. Yeah, that seems like a good plan. Reputation for Dursians, yes! And we get... yeah, we just got a lot of stuff, some of them being the weapons, that's pretty good. Secret lair, that is... the record is secret lair is something for the... wait... Janus, I think it was something about... something I did not want to do. The Cavalry's mission, we don't care about that, yeah. Whoops. Antagonist, for now. So Brian would give Eco victory. And for the Cavalry's mission, who cared about the Cavalry's mission? The Navy would care. 200 melee weapon. It's a Drew carry weapon. Eh. Loyalist garb. Light. Okay. That's pretty good. So there's a cartographer. How's this? Would gain a lot of like security efficiency, good armor. And here would get a lot of good resources though. Oh. Like the phlogiston I need for some stuff. I'm not sure where to find that. Xenotech, I have some, but not that much. Adamantine, I'm really missing some. Oh. Yeah, too bad for the armor, but I don't really need the armor that much. We should be fine. Penal Battalion. Yes. Security +3 for all colonies. After that it will be Path of Outcast or Raider Base? Or Fellowship of the Void. Yeah. Reputation with Drusian. Ah, shit. It's similar to the weapon I have right now. So... meh. The Rogue Trader again, plus 10 intelligence, fellowship, and willpower. Ooh, yeah, no, that one is better. The Palace of Outcast is better. So we will do it Path of Outcast in the end. Archive of the Expense. Efficiency for all colonies, profit factor, Eye of the Messiah. Yeah, sure. For the rest, we'll see later. But that is Warp Revelation for the Explorators. Oh, it needs more reputation with Explorator than I have for now. Yeah. There is meh. I have a decent reputation with Explorators already, damn. Some Sacrament of Light. Very good though, in terms of speed and everything, it's very good. And this one, you need holy ammunition from Fallstone. Give it a weapon and this. Oh. Oh, that's so strong. Okay, I need that. What do I need? Holy ammunition on Fallstone, need it. Holy ammunition. Where is it? Repetition with the Drusians. Ah. Okay, I need to give stuff to the Drusian now. Footfall. Atrium. Yes. I gotta check if someone replaced the Reverend Hieronymus who died a bit earlier when I attacked the heretics. We'll see about that.
Rush not dawdle.
Christian preacher, pilgrim, confessor. Inquisition trooper. So I don't have anyone to... Wait, let me Google that. It's... Rock trader. Hieronymus dead. Trade. Thunberg. Drusian's reputation. How do we get reputation? Quad cargo. Anyway, like, is like I cannot find anyone talking about it. That's annoying. It, I cannot find. System needs some work. Sorry for the wait, I'm still checking. Rock Trader reputation. NPC dead. I need to find a way to trade. Somehow, like, what do you... Yeah. Oh, apparently on my ship. Okay, so on my ship, one of the missionary can actually be talked to. If I understand correctly. Okay, let's see. I go at bridge. So there are some like missionaries. There must be one with a specific name. No? The NPC on the bridge. A priest is placed immediately in the story. Get someone to replace them. Adrian is supposed to be the chaplain, the guy from the funeral quest in Act 2. The Martyrs endurance right after the fight. He's a dream replacement. Your legend. Oh, okay. So he's not on the bridge. So he would be in the Martyrs endurance. Let's check that.
Is there money to be made?
Oh, there's some goods I forgot. Thank you.
Successful.
I always keep my options open.
Useful acquaintance. What? Riza's crew. She's not the Pearl's Peace. Fellowship of the Void. Curse or curse.
Your wits about you.
I'll take that.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a
Suspicious
challenge.
Prowler. Grateful Xenos. Oh, Chaplain. Hello. Trouble time. You just something to the Treason mission. Anonymous has left me as a semi-sonal footfall and so to speak on his behalf. Okay. Okay. Reputation, select tradable. It's not much though. I think I still need more. Shit. I have a lot of Xenos artifacts. Damn. Jewelry, Mechanicus things. Reputation, I can give the Xenos artifact. Yeah, let's go. I get. I don't care about that. Don't care about that. Anyway, meh. Meta charge, yes please. Needle pistol. Meh. Attack. Tiny burst weapon. Oh, on Argenta maybe. Okay, wait a bit. Have to check that. What just got? Might be good on Argenta. Oh, Righteous Fury Cape is way too good. Righteous Fury Cape is way too good. I cannot pass on that. Cargo, this same. Oh, pretty good actually, but I don't think I can equip any boot on him. Can I? Other test power boots, yeah. Oh, and deals more damage. Okay. Argenta has yeah, something that is actually pretty good for her. Yep, got to cargo. Next. Ah, it might be good. Large med kit, shotgun, preacher boot. Attack damage at least 2 enemy. Yeah. It's pretty much the same with a slightly better stat, and that's it. Slightly like 2% more resistance equip. What does she have though? She has something better. Okay, cargo. World Origin Forcer Carapace. That's medium armor. It's not as good as what I have. Okay. I don't think
It's not dawdle.
I may have like tiny bit more to give, but not enough to make a difference, probably. Ah, a tiny bit more. Ah, close. So close. And my colony. Oh, wait. Corruption. Cultivate the whole final donation to the convict. Kill conspire to no particular. Not too long ago, carry the mind. Deep in turn to Xenos corruption. Heretic seeks out to a weakened spirit and tells them promises of salvation. But such spineless lot lack the resolve to fight and will drop their weapon should someone give them a reason to fear. Purpose of many attacks in warfare to sow terror in the enemy ranks, and I know some of the tactics well, make them quiver, and those weaklings will forget all about their heinous intention. Your resource and status allow you to make you one of the most unforgettable of all mercenaries. But first, show my people how to instill fear in their enemies. They are trapped in their minds, so that's some dark xenophobia, cover the glyph. Okay, the monster's construction. By Heracles, disrupting the cultist plant. The guard have disrupted the terrible machine. Instead of exploding, the police emitted a blistering heat wave, melting itself and turning those around to ash. The system has been saved. Nice. That's very good. This is not as good. Now, this is very good to have. Kavagamma. Act of sabotage, kill the final dot infiltrate the planet. And I will trust Pascal on that one. Attack plus give praise from Messiah, protecting protection of Garrus. Okay. Everything went well on that. Warp revelations. Don't really care about that. The Sky Barrier is the one I want. That's why I needed the Holy Ammunition. In the meantime, we'll check that. New life. So it is on Fallstone that I would want the Holy Ammunition. 45,000. Well, it's not right now. I guess I have to wait a bit. For this I need Phlogiston. Asking for help, sensing terrible problems on the planet. Okay. So busy testing a different method of killing the subject. Oof. Oof. Any ID, predator among the people in time to begin to ourselves. Well, I'll get the 70%. Succeeded. Level to the cell, the colony will high alert. The cell will be suited to punishing convict and lookout duty, at least when it come in. When did the creature fled? So the final battle was slain. It was terrifying Xenos with a metallic skeletal body and a single emerald eye. Its lair turned out to be a crypt-like chamber, and beneath it was an entire fortress buried in stone. Okay. Got an ancient xenomechanism. When they end their turn, it will damage around them. Oh. So we have space for one more project. I don't want a captive Xeno, so anything left would be this one. We require Phlogiston to give a Diamantite, and I don't really care about that. So yeah. For Phoebos 6, sorry, we're pretty much done. And on that, orbital shipyard. Reputation with the Navy. Yeah, sure. Why not? On Janus, we cannot do anything for now. Oh no, Folsom, I mean. On Janus, it is in process. Grid fire. Okay. So I need 400,000 and a half, like 400,500 reputation. I'm very far from it. So it will have to wait, but I really want these holy ammunition to have the other project. Because like it gives plus 25%, I think, minimum damage on ranged attack. So for Argenta it will be crazy. It will be so crazy. Even Alpha will be fine for that. Okay, so for now we'll travel again. Oh, I want to do something with the ship management as well. Before I forget. I got some new equipment. This one's actually not that good. This one though should be better. Yeah, it is better. Wait. Nearly next level. We are close to the next level. So now, what do we do? I guess there's just a nameless star then. We go to the nameless star and we see how it goes with the family. Janus requires our attention. The other dispositive led by the acolyte Linux and Janus acquisition forces have already taken control of the Governor's Palace. They had to deal with the anomalies in Janus. How much did they sniff out? The interrogation track to register the nearest region, but the people continue to dig. That is Inquisition to their job, to search the Janus. Yeah. Investigation has been used to establish that the genetic changes in organism, the sick creature, because they affect a mysterious substances secreted into the water by the Xeno obelisks. The substance did not contaminate the water until recently. Some obelisks appear to be linked to a chain of energy communication, so serving as a source of unknown radiation. But of course, the outbreak of contamination grows to currently uncontrolled sector of the planet. It does seem to be causing appearances of some phantom. Okay. Oh, reputation with the Drusians. Oh. It would block Rose, Susanak. Oh, I don't care about that. What do we have here? 3 different things. Profit. Each time ally is healing combat, damage increased by 4% in combat. I don't heal in general. One-handed weapon. Watcher from above. Bonus to dodge and parry. None of them really is very interesting to me. Maybe it is for the people, because I'm spending people for some projects. And this one will give plus 12% dodge against Xenos. Could be useful. But it would mean I would need to do the captive Xenos on the other planet, which I don't really want. Secret lair, don't really want that. For now, I'll do this. For the Drusian reputation more than anything. Would block this, I don't care. Yeah, we'll get this sense of virtue. Let me check something. Oh yeah, we have a lot of space. Okay, sense of virtue. Let's go. Okay, Janus still needs me to come to the actual system. Oh, it is our next. Okay, sure. I need to really. It's where I need to go in the forest, or is it the forest? Is it just like revisiting something? I'm not sure.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
I'm actually supposed to do something here. I don't think I am. I think it's just re-exploring the place I already checked some time ago. Turn to void ship. I don't think I had to do anything here. It was more a bug than anything. I already like did the choice before coming, so yeah. So now to go to the nameless star would mean going here, then here, dangerous. So between glowing irises, which has proven to be quite beneficial in performance of duty, the adopted without sign of corruption. Oh well, it took a tiny bit of damage. It's fine. Just repair that. 6 scrap. It's fine. Okay. Nameless star. Visit. The Ogre crew has reached activity in the habit of Quetzaltemer, one of the world of the Winter Scale dynasty. According to the report, Emperor's Vow, the flagship rock trader Caligos Winter Scale is positioned over the southern hemisphere. What information do we have on their flagship? Emperor's Vow is a cruiser carrying up to 120,000 crew, length of all 6,000 meters, beam 1,000 kilometers, estimated time of service dynasty several millennia. It is known for a fact the ship has undergone many modifications, including the replacement of macro weapon for long-range laser, battery, short-range macro battery. I'm afraid it's all we know, or Captain. I would be lucky to see the Avenger twice in my life. The Imperial Navy considers the ship to be something of a relic. a mighty yet clumsy vestige of the past. Its firepower second only to the Imperium battleships, but I have heard quite a few stories about the fickleness of the Avenger and confusing design of their engines. O'Brien of Arcelio also held record of the Emperor's Vow, his most famous owner to be precise Sebastian Winterscale, a fledgling rock trader of great promise. It is not know how Sebastian acquired this ship, but Lord Captain Winterscale used it to traverse the Moe and find a new home in the colony's expense. Sorry. Hail to it. Let's go. It will be done. The Emperor's Vow sends his greeting to a glorious ruler of Valens's dynasty. This is Ap Dev. His Lordship Caligos Winterscale Foxmaster was another speaking on behalf of his Lord today. The booming voice fills the air, starting with a few officers of the bridge. However, you feel that his ostensibly confident tone is meant to hide his concern. I heard he was hunting Xenos. Where is he now? I do not wish to offend your lordship, but I am most senior officer of the Adventurers at the moment. As for the Lord Captain, you see that Lord Captain has yet another heated argument with his team in Senator Troda, and he had a very good reason for his displeasure. I did not discuss his lordship affair. I can divulge that we set out to protect the dynasty's rightful domain from the invasion of profane Xenos. So we arrived here at Kozatsema. There's no better hunting ground when you need to cool off your head, I believe Lord Captain said. Easy across the pathetic mockery of a fleet that was laying siege to an unfortunate world. Of course, most of the Xenos fled, but we did reduce a few of the ship to chum with the Void Beasts. There's the Void Beasts. Get to the point. You see your lordship an Eldar ship crash. He went to finish the prey. He had not been able to find his way out to the local woods for over 30 days now. This concerns me greatly. Anticipating any question, lordship, no, I am confident Lord Captain is still alive. His body and spirit do not break easily. And besides, he is accompanied by Wharton the Grey, who would sell his soul if that helped to keep Lord Captain out of harm's way. I think I know what you want from me. A generous favor in return for the generous favor. Find a Captain Winterscale and create a tenor to bring him back to the Emperor's Vow. I saw the Golden Throne that will convince him to side with you in any conflict that occurs in the next 100 years. After all, I am allowed to make deals on Lord Captain's behalf while he remains unavailable. Yeah, sure, count me in. Okay. Let me just plasteel. I have a lot of everything now. Well, at this point I might as well still put the extractum. I might as well at this point. Let's go.
I always keep my options open.
That's his shuttle, I guess. Yes. Well, I will take his goods. To the forest of Kotatsema. So I have left and right. Okay, let's go to the left for now. So disappeared in wild vegetation for our path before Doctor finally admit that he has been aimlessly wandering around in a circle. I attempt to get back to track, to just instead fail. Vox machine can reroute the ship. Okay, so we are stuck. Is that it? Freddy's gone. Okay, we are lost. That's a nice start.
Keep your wits about you.
Or a trap.
Okay. Lord Xenos. Okay.
Hey, Lord Captain!
Well,
I'm
shit.
at your service.
Time to heal everyone.
This wound will make a fine scar.
House Orselio
Let's
thanks
patch you up.
We function as one.
This wound will make a fine scar.
No Medicae needed. Just give me some
See
yod.
it, right there.
Oh. Okay.
Is there money to be made?
Hunt, brothers. Take heed.
Well, for now we will try this. To the left. There's also things for small time block on the way. Something about the pattern of the stone seemed wrong. A few minutes later, it becomes clear that there are cut parts glinting at the base of the mountain. The machines appear to have grown into the stone itself, along with the dirt and grass, the only proof of their artificial origin being occasional flashes of lumens, powered by some random unknown impulses. Like I said, lying flat upon the eye. Okay. That's some Eldari. Hello.
I always have a backup plan.
And is that a monkey could pay for your suffering? Hello. I spit on a shadow assistant, and she who serves has long finished her feast. Will destroy them. Every monkey who. Do you hear that? Hello there. How are you? The Soul Destroyer's back can feed off hearts with fury.
Your kind has no right to exist.
I begin the dance of death.
Okay.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Heal my wounds.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Doubt is for the weak.
Oh, you little. He didn't like that. I see.
As the Emperor commands. I'll do it. In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. Eradicated. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. This is why I was
will
chosen.
not join the ranks of the dead.
Doubt is for the weak.
If I may, try to die with grace at least.
Okay.
Strands of fate guide me.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Hello.
My Emperor! I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Is a prayer.
The darkness.
Doubt is for the weak. I am his will made manifest. Faith without deed. This is why
Oop.
I was chosen.
Boop.
I'll do it.
Boop.
Execute the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands.
Boop. What's the last one? Oh, I didn't see you.
Doubt is for the weak.
Boop. This is balanced, by the way. I had to make a clip of that. Let me check that. Wait, I go on my old channel and clip. I get the sound, so I don't get that. Sorry guys, I had to make that clip. Can I? Oh, okay, I can. Like from the moment I just killed the first ranger, pretty much.
I'll do it.
Boop.
Execute the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands.
Boop.
Is a prayer.
Oh, I didn't see you.
Doubt is for the weak.
Boop. Okay, I think I'm good. Agent is balanced. I have to do it. She just one-shot all these guys like pop, pop, pop. uh, Copy it. Okay, here we go. Sorry for the wait. Okay, we're good.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Oh, I didn't realize I was going to pick up some stuff. Crucible of Torment, last gun. What do you have right now? Ooh. Rate of fire 1 though, that's more sniper than anything. It's a good one though. Range is not as big. It didn't have the dead-eye shot. Ah, it's a Drew carry weapon. Ah! Cargo. Logic, coercion, persuasion. Eh? Oh yeah, that can be good on Pascal. That's what I was wondering. Yeah, that's better, I think, for him. So we keep wandering, lost.
I shall remind Revestum that he was ready to bury my family based on some trumped-up charges. One day, but not now.
One day.
Grimy colors swirl around your words, Abelard. Do not let another's poison pollute your soul. This is not like you at all.
Oh.
Get left in the dust.
Well, we keep going left. I'll go left every time and we'll see. If we end up in the same place, well, we'll go right and we'll see. What do we have here? Dweller of the forest, hello? Speak with gods for our meeting, Starborn. So my next grace here, her words sound like a fusion of High Gothic and the most vulgar tongue of the rabble. Welcome to the heart of the forest where leads ahead. Her tribe had dwelt ever since the rule of Quetzalcoatl itself. This will allow her tribe to prepare a feast and warm shelter to our stubborn guests. Please make yourself at home. Great spirit of the Eagle God, we are glad to see you. This ruler will have the joints of her iron skin anointed with the oil of dire oak, a corn of corrode, and should have the sacred symbol drawn on your precious skin so that the spirit of this place may have no fear of you. Hospitality is a banner of the worthy tribe. Respect for the spirit is the banner of the wisdom one. A fine planet. Who are you? Are the children of Fury Murder and the paid father who look at us but the daring guard? The fabled son of a two-headed eagle god who shield our lands from misfortune with his wings. Okay. Position this place came of strong ago, the first among the Starborn descended upon this world, together with the ruler ancestor, created ancient cities and temples, brought the blessing of the eagle god on this forest. Okay. Flow of time is merciless to the meager memory of peasants. According to the works of the archivist, Sebastian Wistaken was the first to discover the world of the Imperium subject, and half a century after, an ark descended to the planet surface, the Quetzalcoatl. For 100 years, the limited mind of the rabble have invented their own twisted memory. It's history, one the colonizers still believe to this day. Missing the chance is a ruler to see the eagle god blessing. Okay. This last soul have forgotten the true image of the god emperor. The reminder they have is sacred Aquila. Caligos Scale should concern himself with educating his world instead of indulging his craving for the hunt. Why they call me Starborn? Because you are the Sky Herald, the Eagle God. Okay. She lives in the forest. Okay. What did he predict? Unrise by invasion of a spirit from the darkness, have called a rain of fire upon the metal upon this world. Demon's blood. Blood shall stay the soil, no matter the path chosen by the gods, right or wrong. Okay. Since several gods have sent this ruler you had the honor to greet a Starborn as strong as a saber-toothed boar, as nimble as a forest jaguar, as wise as a three-tongued guardian. Okay. Starborn had lost his priest in battle, so he thought this ruler brought her to help him trace the spirit's footstep and cleanse the temple of the filth. When Speaks with God left his home, something enraged the forest. Okay. Starborn and his rulers were trapped in the ever-changing path of the lurking evil spirits. Caligos, Winter Scale. Descendant lost the Psyche in battle with Xenos and found replacements of village of current coordinates. Do you know what they are? Okay, how do you even survive? Okay. As interference of game, contact the amulet on the trail. And how exactly do we conduct the soothing ritual? I wish to rest. Okay. I saw some goods. I want to grab all the goods I can. I still have a reputation to farm.
Is there money to be made?
Children, the Chronicles, yeah, okay. Cannot add to cargo? Well. Okay. Can I speak to her?
I always have a backup plan.
Oh, so when your hit chance is above 95%, it is converted to additional critical hit chance. Ah, that's good to know.
Keep your wits about you.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Stop. There.
I always
What
keep
did
my
we
options
find here?
open.
Okay.
Let us not dawdle.
Hmm. Oh. Never mind.
Rise to the
I'm
top
still
or
new
get
to
left
the
in
art
the
of
dust.
exploring.
Operation
Always
successful.
keep your eye on the prize.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Maybe there was a trap and he didn't
An
see.
expected result.
Damn. Even if I, so far, I don't use my weapon much on this guy, yeah, it's still good. Still pretty good.
Keep your wits about you.
We'll keep exploring for now. Oh, I'm back here, okay. Oh, I can turn back if needed. Well, I said turn back, but I don't know where I will end. Will I actually end back at the village? I'm not even sure. Okay.
I pray to the
Oh,
God Emperor that
so I'm back here.
Chorda's rule. Footfall will pass all the trials it must face and emerge purified, resurrected to a new life.
Prediction. A significant reduction.
Okay, I'm back here.
Let us not dawdle.
I cannot speak to her.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Is there another path here? Nope.
Always keep your eye on the prize. Keep your wits about you.
Okay, so I can't do
always
anything.
have a
So
backup plan.
she spoke of a ritual, but am I supposed to do something? Like, I had a choice between doing the ritual and rest first. I chose to rest first, but now what do I do?
I always keep my options open.
What do I do? Is there another no?
Let us not dawdle.
Okay. Oh well. What's the most annoying that the loading screen between each choice, like it's just I spend more time in loading screens now. I spend actually moving. Excuse me, what? I cannot move the camera anymore. Excuse me, what? Hello? Okay. So I'm back at the Eldar. Where I fought the Eldar. If I go back over there. Wait. Where am I now? Okay, I'm back here for some reason. Oh, this would be annoying. I think I went left, so this time I'll go there.
Rise to the top or get left in the
Nothing
dust.
escapes my sight.
I always have a backup plan.
Okay. Here we go again.
Spill no tears for me.
Notice your attacks, my lord. More games reared ahead. You got to loot them. The man have muscle next to the laughing road trader, missing over his shoulder. When the hulking man is fought in the grey. Arch-militant to Kaligos Winter Scale, who accompanied his master to Magnus success. Yeah. Kaligos briefly turned on his heel. The blade in his power axe shines threateningly in the sun. Covered in fresh blood, upon seeing you, he breaks to a bloodthirsty crane. You repeat yourselves, Xenos scum. Do you really believe that I will fall for tricks twice? Oh, Starborn graciously allowed the priest to speak. The one before you is not. Silence! Barks the old man, his eyes blinded by blood and rage. I don't feed you to the forest beast for one reason and one reason only. You may still be of use. If you want to die, this is Xenos, shut your mouth. Chaos must have lost his mind. Why else would he mistake the Lord Captain for enemy of humanity? In the name of the God Emperor Kaligos Wintercell, do not make me kill you. Suppose no Xenos will be desperate enough to feign devotion to the Imperial Creed. Is that you, New Blood? Fancy meeting you here. What in the void are you doing in my world, in such company? What about it? I said to aid you and got somewhat lost. You know that Guinness had abandoned this journey, someone tearfully begged me to return you to your void ship. I magnanimously agreed. Useless voidborn freaks. When I return, I tear their leg off for doubting my strength and their head, for not being able to set it up for themselves. Who said I want to return to the void ship? I still haven't met a void adversary, one who grabbed me by the throat and death grip. You know your landship from Valencius, why don't you join the revelry? First you are teaming with Xenos Bastard and greedy, there are enough trophies for both. Surprisingly, your first meeting Kaligos appeared before you in a more favorable light, however, under the layer of dried blood and dirt. You still notice a strange detail. The Tudor appears neither wounded nor exhausted, having spent a good 30 nights in the forest of Quetzal summer. Wintercell has merely swapped his dazzling smile for a furrowed grin and drenched himself in the blood of his enemies. The thin old man with the trusting violet eyes, and you notice silvery sparks glimmering within. His thin body shivers from the slightest gust of wind. You can still sense the power contained in his elderly frame. He nods with a meek smile. A panicked Binnock thrill escaped from under the tech priest's hood when one of her mechadendrite goes limp, sparking in multiple places at once. Servant of the missile gently picks it up and where he wields her combi tool, the manipulator starts moving again. Trevor Cassini, the tall navigator in his ragged clothes and of silk and silver proudly wears the coat of arms of Cassini. Half of his face is ruined by a fresh scar left by acid. Keegan Lupin from Valencius, the navigator nods politely. Though he tries to hide it, his voice is filled with pain and suffering. The Sliss mercenary looks around viciously, frantically clutching their weapon. Their body is peppered with wounds, both old and new, some rotting and some almost healed. Their yellow pupils narrow when you look eyes, but Toxinus quietly loses interest. Warden Grey has not changed much since last meeting, still the same brute of a man with bloodshot eyes and dull expression on his face. However, like Caligos' other servant, the Archmutant does not look exhausted, and neither does Caligos. Both are filled with rage and thirst for battle, as if the hunt has only just begun. I should ask a few questions about your presence school at Timur. Ready. I should like to turn a sea serpent steak on a bottle of Calican Namasek. Was misery. For 10 months already I have been forced to subsist on grass, root and insect larvae. Save your question for later. I'm not talkative when hungry. Let's find a way to the village. And then I'll give you an audience. Okay, the first order of business is to return to the priests. The priests to the heart of the forest in climate rage. What are you waiting for, Youngblood? I wandered the forest 30 nights and did not find a way to the old Twigs village. We'll see if you bring up better luck. Yeah, sure. Sure.
I always keep my options open.
Okay, where am I now? Oh, pick the lock. Sure.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
My house would be
Is there
proud
money
of
to be
me.
made?
We went in that direction. Let's see. Let's see if we found our way. We should find our way. I kind of remember where I went. So many loading screens. Ugh.
Let us not dawdle.
Bunker. I feel like it changed though. I don't feel like it's the same way. I don't remember this thing bringing me to the bunker. Nope, that's not the same way. Okay. Well,
Always
we'll keep
your
going
eye
left
on
for
the
now,
prize.
and we'll see. And I am back here. Okay. Let's see. We will find our way at one point. Probably. Most probably. Wait, is there another one here? I never noticed. Okay, that's why I killed these guys. I spend more time loading screen than playing. That's annoying.
Rise to
Oh
the
wait,
top,
okay, we
or
found our
left
way.
in the dust.
Everything happened to this experience. Starborn is back. Enough of the bleeding old hag. I already told you your speech offends me, so it makes me want to cut your tongue. I'm sick and tired of aimlessly trudging through the woods, old man. I'm a hunter, without a cry. I turn into quite a beast. Okay. It's good for us inside chaos of improving himself useful. I did have a good night's sleep and enjoy the local delicacies. One good thing but could attempt to the fruit, sweet blah blah blah. You should come to us as well. It's fair share for so come to the bonfire. It's not often that two rock traders can indulge in confidence away from prying ears. That's true. That's true, I guess.
I always have a backup plan. I always keep my options open.
Wait, where is he though? Where is
Keep
he?
your wits about you.
Magos, Mercenary, Trevor, Burton the Grey. Oh, he's right there. Oh boy, I'm completely blind. Nice work. You may have helped us. Don't let your head. Should manage myself to learn later. I have some questions to ask of you. One day you two will grow sick of all the talking, and you two will choose shooting Xenos on a wild planet over endless intrigue. Fine, I have plenty of time, so be it. I will give you a private audience. If dear Corda knew how close-knit we have become, she would celebrate the conspirators. I hear you have decided to oppose both the Lord Inquisitor and the Troda dynasty. Avoid Kraken may eat them both for all I care. I can as if their war on heresy is the expense is just starting. I've been living it for decades, and I don't need an Inquisitor preacher. They don't need instant goodwill. So the corpse is central at the forest camp. This old man was a weakling, and that is why he's dead. What happened when he can no longer fulfill a duty for the master? Keiko carried himself with an air of indifference, but a sudden furrow on his forehead betrayed his regret. Many fine warriors that perish in this hunt. Raise a toast to their name when you can. Is that a problem? You care about them that much, new blood? Go ahead, try to convince me that the vile Xenos scam deserve to mercy. Remember, you only have one chance to try. Perhaps you will agree to sell the Xenos to me. The price food is steep. I have more than enough money and power. Shouldn't need time to consider the offer. tell me what. Plenty of the backstory. I don't care too much. Stop calling me New Blood. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Wait around a couple of decades, New Blood. And let it get used to it. It's not often we have a fresh new rock trader in our circle. Why you survived the first of this time? They're not like the jungle of Katachan or Katachan. Katachan is one planet you don't want to go. Clearly. Just a sec. I'm closing the shutters a bit because there's too much sun. I cannot see my screen anymore. Here we go. That's much better. Okay. Is there anything I could kill you here around stupidity? Okay. People look utterly woebegone while you do not have a single scratch on you. That means my people are weaklings that shall change that soon. As for me, I have been stout constitution since the day I was born. Accompanying his raise his bro in surprise. It seems the rock trader just realized the validity of your words. It's time to go seeking Eldari. It's about time. You take a while to find their trail, but then he has keen eye. Okay. Oh, so we just... I won't have to like wander everywhere for like 10 minutes with 9 of these 10 minutes being loading screens. Okay. Demolition. That's some goods. I might as well.
I better myself through my service.
Oh. I got more meta charge than I spent, so that's good. The steps further, monkey. I grant you the mercy to leave them and hold the children and be gone and never come back again. Oh, this guy. Oh. An oblivion mountful horn mask really tracks your face. It's difficult to say with certainty, however. You are of the opinion that Dr. Oblivion's disposition toward you is better than that of his kin. I do not know about you, but this Xenos bastard give me the creeps. This one is a dappled motley. I want to kill him right now. Examine the camp. This made the ruin of the ancient city of the Imperium. Only the alien growth didn't take on the wreckage of the Eldari disturbed the picture of the uncertainties of rebirth. Despite the demonstrative ease, most Xenos are pushing themselves to their limit, so exhausted, nervous, and frightened. Even if they hide it well, this may have a little companion, but not you. Not a brilliant, has been standing a while. What are you doing here? Just sit there, bows steady correctly. With embers glowing kept in my two hands, I bared through the deluge of hearth. So I can better imply that he has been accompanying the surviving Eldari for a while now. It is not clear to you what hearth he is talking about, but perhaps he managed to find them a new home. You've ended this world, I want to know why. Playing your prayer cat, find new blood. You are still young. It was about patience to my strongest suit. I do not think we have anything to discuss either, monkey. The deeds of your kin have spoken louder than words. My home, my family, my people, my Krudarak, everything is gone because of you. You sacrificed everything to attack this world. Why? We not attack this world. The last Krudarak children assembled once more to score the master of flesh Tyrantas from the memory of the universe. The homunculus were abducted and tortured with our seer from our craft world. We learned that he is hiding in this world, but something prevents our fast seers from discovering his lair, and so we're forced to act decisively. You call purging an entire world decisive action. Our fast seer, those whom we managed to save, could not name the exact location of the flesh sculptor. Even after our ship has circled the world for the third time, something prevented them from seeing the truth. Something powerful. We knew your patrol would soon discover our presence, and so we decided to do something else, to exterminate the homunculus alongside the world we had chosen as refuge. The monkey are flooding the galaxy at the speed of a meteor shower, and this world will repopulate eventually. It is a single world not worth limiting a powerful enemy who threatens hundreds of such worlds, both yours and those of my kin. How about we bring the neck of the puny vermin? And you still deem him worthy of conversation. You lost your energy praying out of vengeance. Why do you think you are different? How dare you compare a dragon to a lizard? Starlight with a demon glow, cuttering a candle. Make no mistake about your inferior species, single child was is worth a certain of your kind. Well, I see. You not say one until you let my kin depart from this world. Lay down your weapon. We're not looking for justice. I mean, there's no avoiding confrontation. Well, we have nothing to discuss. Like, you don't want to just tell us where the other enemy of humanity is? Yeah. Attack the Eldari. That's how I like it, fewer words, more blood. A sorrowful sigh. Difficult to say something. Yeah. But my neck of loath I'm calling snake. That's where the dance we speak the rest.
I will wipe your disgusting presence out of existence.
Player.
Only death lies before you.
%% against orange attack from its of 2 cells of further. And there is the TT perception awareness. The second 50% dodge. Okay, they have a crazy amount of dodge. Okay. Well, let's go.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Perilous path.
Scars adorn our bodies.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Isha, heal my wounds.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
Favor tenfold.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, you, my Emperor! Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
You will pay dearly for your actions.
Ah.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
He's invisible right now.
These rubies flashes are choking me.
Yeah, they seem to be like kind of invisible.
The riddle amidst the carnage. I find purpose.
Zone of fear. It doesn't help me though. I prefer when they were stacked together. That's better for the burst. Damn, how many times will he attack though? Holy sh... Guy just like attacked 5 times, if not more. Okay, he's a bit like Ablard. He's a tank.
Just a jest.
So shall it be. Fenris shoulder! Wolves reign!
He's burning anyway.
So it shall be. My hand is thunder! My strike is ruin! None can do this.
Scars adorn our bodies.
Or Ranger.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
I answer the call. No enemy will thwart
Okay,
my
this one she dodged.
Don't touch
Thanks, I guess.
I dance upon the winds of war.
Oh boy, that hurts. Magenta is really low now.
Goes on.
Okay, so what's going on? What do they have? Prone? I swear.
My place is at the fore. Let me
We
help.
heal Magenta a
Blessed be
bit.
the hand of the healer.
Then taunt the boss at least. Okay,
I'll show
Magenta.
you why navigators are feared. Guided by faith.
Merely an interlude.
This is why I was chosen.
Deepens the art.
You, my emperor. As the emperor commands, this is why I was chosen.
Secret reprisal, there could be peace. Yeah, well. I mean, you refuse to help. Don't blame me. Ah, she missed. Here we go.
I'll do it.
Scars adorn our bodies.
Doubt is for the weak. This is why I was chosen. I'll do it.
That is foolishness. Emperor, give me strength.
Merely interlude.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I will not.
Oh, just stay here,
As
it's
the
fine.
emperor commands, with you,
Suffering
my emperor.
deepens the art.
Faith without deed, strike is
Just
a
a
prayer.
jest.
As the emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. That is not the Emperor's will. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Scars adorn our bodies.
I'll boost her, just to be sure she survives.
With sublime purpose.
If I may.
We are the
Oh, no attack opportunity. Vorten, ready? I'm disappointed now.
Rejoice in battle.
20-something%, yeah.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. You, my
Heal
Emperor.
my wounds.
I will
Power
will
resides in
get
the will
you.
of the righteous.
I will definitely get you.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Oh, come on.
ravage and conquer. Meet the brilliant times.
Oh boy, that's very weird to watch. What the heck is going on?
Rend the flesh, shatter blood-soaked tribute.
Damn, he went really close. Charge. Okay, he got it. This Xenoscam struggle to very end. No, that's what I call a hunt. It's a shame, it's a garish dressed one. I wish I could have cracked his horn mask along this skull. I bet I killed more Eldari than you did. They could have told us more. Oh, you were lied to, and there's no homunculus in this. Ah. What now? Silver sparks flash at the end of this. Speaks with God's hair, distracting Kelly goes from a conversation. The priest shudder from cold, moans, close his face with his nail and throw his head back to face the sky. In the Deadland, there is a monster whose body is made up of bodies sewn together with rusty thread. It waits for a fallen star, trembled, hide, and guard a secretly darker than the starless sky. Secret about the past and the sort of the future. Throne's goal. I forgot how much excitement you can have with an unsanctioned striker. Let's call this my parting gift to you, King Lupin. You wanted horror stories, but the homunculus. It's of the Deadlands for you. Samir will finally go to the Emperor's Bow, a cozy cabin with a bottle of Calixan Masak and a hot bath. I see you among the stars, new blood. Stand your toes around the self-righteous and try not to perish in the warp before our next meeting. I still could not really call him out for refusing to collaborate with the Inquisition. Fellowship. Is there anything I can actually like use? I already have the fellowship bonus here. So Nimble for bonus to dodge. Okay, can help a bit, I guess. Swift movement. Swift movement is pretty good, I suppose. I could just get coercion and stuff like that. Persuasion. Why not? Okay, Cassia. Willpower. So last navigator talent. Here we go. We have all the navigator's talent now. Oh boy. Toughness for you. Strength toughness he already has. Okay. Weapon skill, I guess. Yeah, can be good. Argenta. Ballistic skill. Sure, he has ballistic skill bonus here. Still projectile weapon attack and +2 minimum damage. Yeah. A bolter is projectile. Intelligence. Yeah, we'll make give him more intelligence. With strength probably. Bonus to dodge. I think bonus to dodge is pretty good for him. Okay, now what?
Always keep your eye on the prize. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I always keep my options open.
Hunting grounds. Evidence of Amicus Cervantias's presence has been discovered. Furthest way to reach it by taking the ship along a parallel around the southern hemisphere. Officers already added the approximate coordinate on the Arctic map of the planet. Okay, so I have to go back to my ship first then.
Always have a backup plan.
To the Fund Valenius shuttle. Okay. So for now, we'll go back to the ship first.
Keep your wits about you.
Greetings, Lord Captain. Thank you. Let's see about that. So on this, the forest, Homunculus Laboratory. Okay, we have it then. Save game. We'll stop here for today. I think it's a good moment to take a break. We'll continue this story next Sunday. And a bit later, I'll do another stream. I'm not sure yet on which game. It will depend if I'm playing with Jonas or alone, or we'll see. And yeah, thank you for watching. We will raid Madaya, I think. She's playing Lies of P, which seems to be like some kind of Dark Souls-like game. Like you will same kind of fight with dodge parry mechanics, I think. I do not know the game more than that. So thank you for watching and see you later. Bye.